A tale of two mothers in the bustling city of Mumbai, where the skyline was a mixture of gleaming skyscrapers and historic temples, lived Ananya Mehra, a woman of extraordinary wealth and influence. Ananya was known for her opulent lifestyle and her lavish charity work. Despite having everything a person could wish for, there was one thing Ananya could not have: a child. After years of medical treatments and heartache, she had resigned herself to the fact that she would never be a mother. At the age of 40, Ananya decided to adopt. She wanted to share her love and resources with a child who needed them. After months of paperwork and background checks, she was introduced to a little girl named Mira. Mira, a 4-year-old with large, curious eyes and a smile that could light up any room, was placed into Ananya's care. The transition was seamless. Mira grew up in Ananya's grand mansion, surrounded by the finest things money could buy. Her days were filled with private tutors, art classes, and trips abroad. Ananya showered her with love, and for years the bond between them was unbreakable. They celebrated festivals together, enjoyed vacations, and shared the little everyday moments that made their relationship special. Mira was a bright student and excelled in school. She was now 17, navigating the challenging terrain of high school. Her world was a blend of high fashion, social events, and academic excellence. Yet, beneath the surface of her seemingly perfect life, Mira had always harbored questions about her origins. One day, while cleaning out an old drawer in the study room, Mira stumbled upon a box filled with documents. Among them were adoption papers and photographs of a younger Mira with her biological mother. Her curiosity piqued, Mira began to piece together the story of her early years. The following weekend, Mira approached Ananya. They were sitting on the terrace of their mansion, overlooking the city as the sun dipped below the horizon. "Mom," Mira began tentatively, "I found something interesting in the study room today." Ananya looked up from her book, her expression calm but attentive. "What is it, darling?" Mira hesitated for a moment before continuing. "I found some documents related to my adoption. They had photos and information about my biological mother." Ananya's heart sank. She had hoped that Mira would never feel the need to search for her past. "I see," she said softly. "What do you want to do with this information?" Mira looked conflicted. "I don't know. I'm curious. I want to know who she is and why she gave me up." Ananya took a deep breath. "I understand, but I want you to know that no matter what you find, you are my daughter. I love you, and I am here for you." The conversation left Mira deep in thought. Over the next few weeks, she set out on a quest to find her biological mother. Her investigation led her to a small, modest neighborhood in Mumbai. It was a stark contrast to the world she was accustomed to. One afternoon, Mayera stood in front of a modest apartment building. She took a deep breath and pressed the buzzer for flat number 302. After a few moments, a middle-aged woman with a kind face opened the door. "Hello," Mira said hesitantly. "Are you Mrs. Anita Rao?" The woman's eyes widened in surprise. "Yes, I am. How can I help you?" "My name is Mira Mira." Mira introduced herself. "I think you might be my mother." Anita Rao's face paled as she stepped back. "Come in, please." Inside the small but cozy apartment, Anita sat down with Mira, her hands trembling. She offered her some tea, but neither of them took a sip. Anita's eyes were filled with a mix of apprehension and longing. "How did you find me?" Anita asked softly. Mira explained how she had discovered the adoption papers and decided to find her biological mother. Anita listened, her emotions a tumultuous blend of sadness and hope. "I've thought about you every day," Anita said, her voice breaking. "I had to give you up because I was in a difficult place, financially and emotionally. I wanted a better life for you." Mira nodded, her heart aching at the pain in Anita's voice. "I understand. I want to know more about you and my past." For the next few hours, Anita shared stories about Mira's early years, revealing a side of her past that Mira had never known. They talked about Mira's father, who had passed away before she was born, and the hardships Anita had faced as a single mother. When Mira left Anita's apartment, her mind was swirling with emotions. She was grateful for the opportunity to learn about her origins, but felt conflicted about her place in Ananya's life. Days turned into weeks, and Mira's struggle with her feelings continued. She felt a deep connection with Anita, but could not ignore the love and stability that Ananya had provided her throughout her life. Finally, after much deliberation, Mira decided to speak with Ananya. They were in the garden, surrounded by the scent of blooming flowers and the sound of chirping birds. "Mom," Mira began, "I've made a decision." Ananya looked at her, her expression a mix of hope and fear. "What is it, dear?" "I've met my biological mother," Mira said, her voice steady. "Her name is Anita Rao. She's kind and loving, but my heart is here with you. I've been thinking a lot about where I belong." Ananya's eyes filled with tears. "Mira, I want you to be happy. If you feel that you need to be with your biological mother, I will support you. But I want you to know that my love for you is unconditional." Mira reached out and took Ananya's hand. "I've thought about it carefully. I want to stay with you. You are my mother, and I can't imagine my life without you." Ananya embraced Mira, holding her tightly. "I'm glad you've made this choice. We'll make sure that you can still have a relationship with Anita if that's what you want." Over the following months, Mira maintained a relationship with Anita. They would visit each other, share stories, and celebrate important moments together. Anita accepted Mira's decision gracefully, understanding that while she could never reclaim the past, she could still be a part of Mira's future. Mira's life continued with the same richness and warmth she had always known, now enriched by a new understanding of her identity. She excelled in her studies and eventually pursued a career in social work, inspired by both Ananya's philanthropy and Anita's resilience. The two mothers remained a part of her life, each playing a unique role in shaping the woman she became. And though her family was unconventional, it was filled with love, acceptance, and a deep appreciation for the complex journey that had brought them together. In the end, Mira found balance in her life, understanding that family was not just about blood, but about the bonds that hold the heart.